when outlaws rule the West and fear filled the land. A cry went up for a man with guts to take the West in hand. They needed a man who was brave and true, with justice for all as his aim. Then out of the sun rode a man with a gun, and Bart was his name. Yes, Bart was his name.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 160, and today we are talking about Blazing Saddles. That's right, the 1974 Blazing Saddles. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, opening song narration Jemison.
Well, my name is Andrew, but most people call me Andrew.
Nice. Corny, dynamite to the face equals NyQuil. Logan?
And isn't it a lovely evening, Sean?
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
And Sam, they call me the Minnesota Kid Vector.
Oh, nice. And just so you know, Sean, that little ploy of yours to build an exact replica of your little townhome didn't work. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. You knocked over the flat that we built.
Yeah.
It was funny. I watched this movie last night with my wife, and I said, "Holy crap! They built the whole town in one night. It took a team of 6 to build one flat for one backdrop at Carowinds. It took us 3 weeks. So they efficient is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there we go. Blazing Saddles, 1974's Blazing Saddles.
You can't tell at all that it's 70s.
No, not at all. No.
It literally could have been made yesterday.
Could have been made, yeah. Just Gene Wilder looks really great.
I was going to say, I could tell just from all the way things were said.
Yeah. And of course, filmmaking back in then was just different than it is now, and a lot more physical humor, a lot more kind of pratfalls and things like that, and
Stage comedy.
Yeah, it is. It's
stage acting.
Yeah, hitting your head on the window, and
Yeah, it reminded me of Hee Haw.
Do what?
I said it reminded me of Hee Haw.
Sure. Yeah. I actually know what that is. Sam, if you don't know what that is, you should look it up.
Hee Haw? Oh, I remember Hee Haw.
Okay.
It was on in primetime when you were younger, right?
That actually is probably right.
I remember it being on TV.
Yeah, you would have been actually about 5 or 6 when that was on like actual TV.
Yeah.
I think actually I'm old enough that it was on.
I think it was towards the end of its.
Yeah, because I remember going to visit I called her my Meemaw, which was my dad's mom, and she would watch it. We would watch the nightly schedule was of course Wheel of Fortune, and then Jeopardy, and then Hee Haw. Oh, Golden Girls, and then Hee Haw.
Dude, this show ran until 1997.
Yeah, we were in high school.
Wow.
You gotta be shitting me.
I know, right? Anyway, but that's not the Blazing Saddles. this movie. So we kind of broke our rule, right? We don't have a rule, but we kind of do with comedies, especially farcical comedies. That we kind of say,
how the heck do you review it?
Yeah, how do you review a farcical comedy? You can't really make fun of the continuity stuff because there really isn't any. And if you say, "Oh, that continuity doesn't match," well, then Mel Brooks will say, "Well, that's part of the fun." So obviously we can't really do that. So there's other things we can talk about. Are the jokes funny? Do we think it holds up? And then
could you do it today?
Could you do it today is an interesting question. And another question is the social commentary that the movie is doing. So, like we did that with that stupid Poultrygeist movie, right? That movie was trying to do a social justice about, not eating only fast food and eating healthy, blah, blah, right? So this movie clearly has a kind of social agenda, and I think it's super appropriate for 2017 right now.
Hey, did you say the sheriff is near? I couldn't tell.
Honestly, Corny, I debated on that joke for you as your middle name. Cornelius is near Logan, but
that would have been great.
I was, I don't know. Not that I'm worried that I'm going to offend you. I'm afraid I'm going to offend some listener, honestly.
But
I think we're going to be treading that line pretty close tonight.
Maybe. And I can't remember if I asked you guys on air or not that if we ever were to have done Django Unchained, would I have had to bleep out the N-word?
The answer is yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. The answer is yes, and I think really for two very practical reasons.
We're a family show.
One, we're a family show. That's right. I do remember that because Andrew dropped the F-bomb. That's right. But yeah, I think it would kind of ruin our clean tag. And two, I don't really.
We have a clean tag.
We do. We have a clean.
Believe it or not, still.
Yeah.
It basically just says wash on cold with light colors and
yeah.
Tumble
So
dry.
we got through Wolf of Wall Street and still have our clean family tag.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
That's our clean tag.
Lots of little beeps and noises and things like that over words.
And I feel like a Power Ranger. So.
Oh, I don't have that handy. Why don't I have that handy?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well,
hey, you know what you shouldn't be ashamed of?
What's that?
Tell me to watch the Thor Ragnarok trailer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what's happening.
Oh, good. Well, then we'll talk about it off air. Because I have no flipping clue. And it was really funny because I watched that with my wife the night, the trailer for Thor, and she says, "So, tell me what's happening? Who's this guy?" And I'm like, "I don't know any of these things." So,
let me ask you this, Corny: is that Thanos' love interest?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's not. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Let's do that. Anyway. Andrew, hopefully we stalled enough for you to figure out what this intro is, or what this movie is.
In order to ruin a western town, a corrupt politician appoints a black sheriff who promptly becomes his most formidable adversary.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, that sounds clean and not racist at all.
That one intro.
1 out of every 15. It's a good job, IMDb.
I'm just so you know, I'm still looking for the Power Ranger bit.
We can't tell.
I don't know why I don't have it. There's no reason why I shouldn't have it. And
maybe you don't feel like a Power Ranger.
Well, and it's really going to make me sad that if I can't find it. So anyway, so we've all seen this before, right? Is that fair to say?
After watching this today, this is my first time seeing it without being edited.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
So I'm in the same boat. I have never seen this movie not on TV before.
Wow, this is starting to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, so all of the N-words, I didn't know were there in the original. I had no clue that this movie had that word so much.
Okay, so because I have never seen this not edited. I have always seen it in its entirety. In every iteration I've ever seen this, I've never seen it not without every N-word, without everything.
Right.
Not at all. This is interesting.
Yes, it is.
Andrew?
Yeah, I had never seen this in its entirety. I'd only seen bits and pieces, and it was the edited TV version, but I'd never seen the whole thing.
Oh my God, you guys haven't lived.
Well,
you just did. But...
well, now we have. Yeah. Okay. So, Andrew, kind of give us your initial take on this, sir.
Well, I kind of knew what to expect, being a Mel Brooks fan, and I guess I can't say that I'm a real fan. I had never seen this one, but I enjoy a lot of his films and a lot of his work, and so I kind of knew what to expect, but I was caught off guard. You know, when we think politically incorrect, not all of his movies are quite like this.
No, no.
So I was a little caught off guard. Even this, I mean, there's some scenes in other movies where they make fun of the way that people speak, but even the scene with was it Lily or whatever
Lily von Stupp?
Yeah,
and the Germans. That
she almost had a Barbara Walters type speech impediment, and so I did think
it's twoo.
It's twoo. The acting itself, like I said, I feel like was very much stage acting, like we would see on, if we were at a Broadway production, almost overacted or overdone.
But aren't most Mel Brooks movies like that?
Yeah, they are. And
I think
Mel Brooks himself, though, as an actor, I think is the worst at that. Like he is the one that does the most overacting. And I don't know if it's because he is not a great actor or if he just wants that much flamboyancy to his performance, I guess I could say.
Right.
But I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was funny. I've always heard that this is one of the top 10 comedies of all times, and I don't know that I would personally put it there, but I mean, it's good. I liked it. I would watch it again. But there are some moments that I feel like this is kind of slow. And doesn't, maybe we're so used to such fast-paced comedies now, but this one I felt like kind of drug a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree. Corny?
So this is, I didn't put it in my list when we did our top 10 movies of all time. I really should have, but this is a movie that I hold very dear, and I've never not enjoyed watching it ever. And I could say that about all my other stupid films, but this one actually is the first film that my band director and I talked about. Not that I've been watching movies all my life, but the idea of he did not talk to me as a high school student. The day I graduated, he called me the next day and was like, "Hey, have you seen Blazing Saddles?" And we talked about that. He waited for 7 years to mention Blazing Saddles to me. And I'd seen it by then because I had some friends in high school, which now that I think about it, why would you ever show a black guy this movie? I mean, anyway, but my friend showed it to me, and I was like, this movie's hilarious. I think they were also afraid of my reaction to different things happening, but I laughed because it was funny to me, and not to. I guess this is that weird area where you can't really condone what happened, but at the same time, I don't know, it was funny, and I don't know. I kind of feel bad that I laugh at it, but at the same time, I know it's all in jest, and there's no malice to it. But at the same time, that doesn't. Anyway, that's a weird area we can talk about. So I love the movie, and I had a great time. And yeah, there are some quote unquote slow spots, I think, but for me, they always pass by quickly. They never feel as wide. 3 or 4 minutes of talking between Hedley Lamar and Slim Pickens it didn't seem as slow as it probably is. Again, just because I like the movie. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, I won't. I mean, I'll have some things to say, but all in all, I just love the movie.
All right. Well, okay. Hey, that's good. Sam.
Yeah, this is going to be a really hard movie to really critique, because even in critiquing, we're pointing out humor. Because the way Mel Brooks even directed this thing, it's intended to get laughs. And do you make fun of I guess you do make fun of clowns and their acts, but it's hard to look at it at a critical point of view. So you have to look, I guess, at more so what the message of the movie was trying to be. And
Don't trust Germans.
that seems to be most of his movies.
Well,
but you look at some of these other Mel Brooks films, and generally what it is it's making fun of the idiots. And in this film, it's making fun of racist white people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's showing that the African American people are the smart ones in this one. And whenever somebody says to me that this movie can never be made again today, I think it could. But boy, would it make splashes. We'd have boycotts, we'd have all that sort of stuff. But in the very end, I think people would go see it and enjoy it for what it is, in terms of, let's make fun of racist people. The people who think they're better than others, the people who, think that walls are better than free trade and won't help refugees, but bomb their countries instead. And,
In this fictitious world, right?
Yeah, fictitious world.
Yeah, that's all a hypothetical. That's all.
I was just getting ready to say, I know a perfect politician to play the guy.
But the message is a great message of it's just, don't be so stupid, basically. And I love it. And this is, like I told you guys earlier, this is the first time I've seen it unedited, and boy, do they edit a lot out.
No,
yes,
hell
sir.
yeah, they do.
And,
Gosh.
holy cow. And I swear it's only an hour and a half movie, a little over an hour and a half. So this must be showing on like TBS for an hour. I swear they cut out 20 to 30 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the towards the very end, when they have the fight scene that just rolls over into the other musical. Yeah, so in watching it, like I said, I've watched this a lot, but I always forget that Dom DeLuise, not Dom, is it Dom?
Yeah, Dom DeLuise. Yeah,
he does the little bit, and then stop acting like a bunch of. I was like, I always forget he says that.
Yeah.
I was watching it the other day, and the sound was up, and that happened. I immediately muted it, and I was like, oh, I better put on my headphones. Anyway, but no, I'm sorry.
But yeah, and you have to think, what came first, the ending to this movie or the ending to Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Because it kind of does the same type of thing. But I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. It still makes me laugh to this day. This is one of those movies in college where people will ask you if you've seen it, and it's like a shame if you hadn't. Of course,
a shame on your house.
What's that?
A shame on your house.
Yeah, exactly. And it's up there with with the Monty Python and some of these other things that everybody had seen. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. It's going to be interesting to talk about. And for some reason, I have always missed the beginning of this movie. Right. I had no idea how he became sheriff. And the quicksand or porridge, whatever they were.
It looked like oatmeal.
I had never seen that before. So lots of funny moments. I agree with I think Corny mentioned there, or was it Andrew? There were some slow spots. But Mel Brooks is a master of set pieces, not in terms of like Lord of the Rings set pieces, but comedy within an area. You could easily, except for maybe the horses, put this on stage and travel.
Oh yeah.
Just like the producers and some of these other things that just are perfect for that type of thing. So I enjoyed it, and I'm, like I said, I'm anxious to hear what we have to say about it. Sean, what do you think?
Well, I have bad news. I have completely lost every clip I had from Zombievers. I don't have it anywhere in my when I
How
changed
convenient.
when I changed computers. It must have somehow I didn't transfer it over. So I have nothing from Zombievers. So here's the bad part. I really love that clip. So I might actually have to go and listen,
Rewatch it?
Listen to that episode so I can find it and cap it again. Because I don't even have the file of the particular that podcast. Anyway, no one cares. This movie. So yeah, I had never seen this in its unedited glory. And so there were some jokes that I was in tears. And then there were some times where I got so bored that I started looking at trivia early. Just to be honest. But I really enjoyed the kind of the social commentary on it. I mean, let's be honest. Like Sam hit it. Let's make fun of dumb, racist white people.
I didn't say that.
Well, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I mean, we got three white guys on this podcast, and I think all of us thought that the racist bits were hilarious because we've probably all seen it.
Yeah, we've known idiots like that.
Yeah, we know people like that, like in our lives now, and are probably Facebook friends with them. And when they say dumb stuff, we just, I don't know, maybe we just kind of put our hands in our ears and ignore it.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was subbing a classroom and a kid says the N-word, thinking that I don't hear it, and I had to go confront him about that?
No.
It actually ended up being kind of funny. Because he was talking to his lady friends around, so he was trying to impress them with his use of the word. And he doesn't think I'm hearing it because I'm not really paying attention. But trained band director, so we pick up on these things, right, Andrew?
Well, there's also just certain words that you cue in on, like your name and that, and like other words.
Good point.
Words.
Yeah. So I walk up to him. He does it like the second time, and I walk up and put my hand on his shoulder and go, "Hey, just want to let you know that I know that you're saying a word that you probably shouldn't. Now, I'm a very nice fellow. However, another person in my position might not be as nice and might hurt you. So don't say it anymore."
Right.
And he immediately started crying. I was like, "No, it's fine. It's fine, man. Just watch where you are when you do that."
Right.
And walk back to my desk. And the girls were like, "You're so nice." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Well, I'm going to use this platform for a minute to vent on behalf of my wife. I don't typically do this, but she works. We now live in South Carolina. Where, 7 years ago, they were still flying the Confederate flag over public buildings down here. And as recently as 2 months ago, we saw local news where a gentleman who privately owns a gas station prominently flies that flag, and a group of residents came by and said, "We want you to take it down," and it turned into a lawsuit, and he won because he has that right to fly that flag. My opinion of that particular thing, I don't know if I want to share it. Maybe I do. I don't know. But anyway, but my point was this. My wife's special ed teacher. If you've listened to the show, I've probably mentioned that before. And she does this thing called Project Unify, where they help get the schools on board with wiping out the R word, right? So they want to use the word retard.
Yeah.
And it's because that word has as much derogatory to it as almost really any other kind of offensive, name that people give to a group of people. And
Yes.
at her previous school in North Carolina, not that Gaston County was super progressive, but at her school, they were like, the entire teaching staff and admin was like, "This is great. We're behind you 100%. The school she's at now, not only did the school come back with about a 50%, yeah, we'll do it, the administration said, "No, we will not back this." And their reasoning is, if we stop using the R word, then we're drawing attention to it and people will want to use it. Now, Sarah comes home to me in tears about this, and I said, wow, that's what a backward school. And she said, no kidding. There are still 2 or 3 teachers that actively use that word in front of students, and there are 2 teachers that still use the N word.
Oh.
I'm like, these are teachers? And she said, oh, yeah. So, and so anyway, she's not going to be there next semester for various reasons. So if anyone I don't think anyone that works there listens to this show, but if you do, hopefully you're one of the good ones.
Same. Ding, ding.
Stop.
Okay.
Same.
So anyway, sorry to go on that little private personal rant, but it just...
Hey,
Let's go back to punching out horses.
Yeah, let's go punch a horse.
Hey, out of curiosity, you want me to just show up there one day? I'm like, hey, what's up?
I mean, well, okay. All right, so we're going to go down this rabbit hole. So,
oh, dear.
So Sarah has a student in her class who used the word, who said the N word.
Isn't she in a special, not a special class, but a?
So she doesn't. So in this particular case, her previous school, she was called self-contained. So her special needs kids were all in her classroom, and a few of the high functioning ones could go out into kind of the regular ed elective classes like band or PE or whatever, and could participate. This is what's called full inclusion. So there is no self-contained class. They're kind of in the population of the school. And Sarah is a resource teacher. So she follows a group of, 6th graders around and helps them in their regular ed so that the regular ed teacher doesn't have to focus all their energy on the special needs kids in the class that Sarah can help. That's the point of her job, right? Anyway, my point is that one of her kids, said that there was she didn't like her other teacher, or he didn't like this other teacher because she was a N-word, right? And Sarah was really upset about this and was like, we don't use that word. That's very offensive. That's whatever. And he literally looked at her and said, shut up, white trash.
Whoa.
He called my wife white trash. And she
I will punch that kid.
She almost did. She almost was about to lose her job over this. And Sarah got really upset and almost got into tears and just started laying into this kid. And then eventually the kid says, what in the wide, wide world of... Sorry. That's what she said.
That would have been perfect.
I did not mean for that.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on?
I dropped my bottle cap on my space bar and apparently started playing. I really didn't mean for that to happen, but that was a nice little breakup. But basically, the kid didn't know what that phrase meant. He just heard it before. So, anyway. So she's not going to be there very long, and that's good. Anyway, sorry to go down that weird hole. But I really enjoyed some of the movie, and then some of the movie again I was a little bored with and whatever. But it goes along with my theory. If I take a lot of notes, I didn't like it. If I take a few notes, I liked it. I took like 12 notes, and like 22 of them. Like 22 notes, and 7 or 8 of them are just markers to get audio clips. So, but again, there's not a whole lot to really, to capture other than, holy crap, I didn't know Richard Pryor helped write this.
So, funny you said that because in all these years, never noticed that either until I actually, for the podcast, let's pay attention to things.
Right.
I saw that and I was like, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does make sense. And in the trivia, I'll explain why it makes even more sense.
Because wait, can I go ahead and...
No, yeah, go ahead, please, because I was going to talk about...
because Richard Pryor was supposed to play Cleavon Little Smart.
Yeah, exactly. He was supposed to play Bart.
Really?
Yeah, he was...
Bart Starr, as a matter of fact.
No, yeah. And then would go on to win the championship. No, he was going to play Bart. So Mel Brooks wrote this part for him. And then the producers of the movie basically said, he's too controversial already. And this is already a controversial movie. And if you cast him, then no one will come watch it, is their fear. And so Pryor backed down. There's according to what I read from trivia, there's like 2 different stories on why Pryor wasn't in the film. Like, Mel Brooks says we were afraid, like the producers basically said that you can't cast him, and then Pryor kind of says no one, like they just cast this other guy and they asked me to come in right. So, like it was never an option. So I don't know. I don't know. But there's some actually really interesting trivia about this movie, which I read and was really enjoyed reading. And I don't know if I captured it or not, but one of them was, yeah. Well, I'll get to that later. But the laugh out loud moments, really, like when the hangman was gonna hang the dude and the horse, I thought that was hysterical. Like, what did the horse do that deserved to be hanged? I just thought that was funny.
He had a boom under him for.
He had the boom.
a long
Yeah.
time.
All I could think of was that. I knew that joke was going to come out.
Now, can I put it a little bit of a problem with this movie in front of us here?
Okay, yeah.
And that is the sound. And I did want to talk to Sean about this. Is it because it's from the 70s, or is it because it wasn't done correctly?
What was wrong with the sound?
It just seemed muffled. It didn't seem as clean and crisp as other movies.
I think it's partly the age of the movie. But again, I mean, this is 3 years before Star Wars.
Yeah.
And their budgets are about the same. So you can't blame budget. I
know a lot of this was on sets and things like that. But it literally sounded like a stage.
Well, they were. And that, yeah. I mean, everything was on a stage. And you can tell, like, when they're talking, even outdoors, you can hear the echo of the wood, set piece behind them.
You could actually hear them. There was one scene where they were switching clothes with the KKK members, and they walked behind the rocks, and you could hear what sounded like them walking on a platform or a wooden surface.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and I heard it and I was like, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything that was like totally made me upset or hate the movie. It just it did kind of made me do a double take a few times. Like, really?
Yeah, and I mean, and honestly, most of the scenes in the office with Headley, and really any interior scene, I mean, I was just watching the boom shadow back and forth the whole time. I mean, it was all over the place. I mean, I could probably screenshot 4 or 5 times where you can see the shadow, and I was like, you know what? They probably just didn't care, or they were doing so. And this is a real thing. So it's 1974. The only way to watch the movie was either in the theater or on TV when it would be, aired on the cable. And, film production back then, I mean, when you played it on a film projector, you can hide a lot of stuff in film because film was a little grainy. And then on the TV broadcast, you're probably getting it over airwaves. So there was probably no way you could see the boom shadow. And then when they convert this in 2017 to high def, nice clean 4x3 format, 4x3, 6, I can't remember. Anyway, my brain's turned off. It's the end of the night. 4x3 standard. I can't think. 16:9 format.
Yeah.
Then it you can see that stuff. And, because I remember the first time I watched on Blu-ray one of my Star Trek films from either the 80s or the 90s, and I was like, oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff that I think they expected to be hidden because of, film grain and video, because it was on VHS back then. So that's fine. Mungo Punch. So I really want to know, and I didn't really do enough research, and I should have. So I'm going to Google it right now.
We don't need to do that. This is Cheapseat Reviews.
We don't need no stinking research.
I want to know how they did that stunt with Mongo punching the horse, unless he just punched a horse.
I don't think, because I watched it twice, because I saw that, and I was like, what the hell just happened? So I watched it, and he never actually hits the horse. And I think the horse was just trained to fall over.
I was going to say, because during, I would say in the 60s, 70s, people actually trained, not actually trained, but training animals to do a stunt or two was, pretty common. So in my mind, I'm thinking, even if he touches the horse, it's only if I do this, you fall over. or you edit out the sound of him saying a word and a horse fall. I mean,
yeah,
but I think that's.
I don't disagree. I know that back then PETA didn't exist, and having those things on film sets didn't exist. I know stunt horses are a thing, and stunt animals are a thing. Like, I know that. But I'm reading here. You can see that the stunt rider pulls back and right hard on the bridle in conjunction with the fake punch. So maybe like the guy on the horse is probably helping, whatever. But like teaching the fall. So I mean, yeah, they probably did teach it how to fall and do stuff like that. But like,
this is before PETA was, heavily involved in movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
yeah, when did they start getting involved?
I think we probably killed something in a movie, and they were like,
I'm sure we did, but
I think Free Willy.
No, it was way well.
Was it the not Ben-Hur? But
yeah, it was Ben-Hur.
Was it Ben-Hur?
Yeah, so like in Ben-Hur, the
Original,
chariot
of
racing
course.
scenes, they needed the horses to fall down, so they put tripwires.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the horses were like breaking their legs and stuff, and they're like, whatever, it's horses. So
That's what I say about my kids.
um
No, I don't call them horses. I just laugh when they break their legs.
Tripwires.
when did PETA start?
We were actually washing the car this evening, and my son tripped over the water hose. And I did feel kind of bad, but he was running with the water hose. And in the words of Jeff Foxworthy, don't do that no more. And he learned his lesson.
No. Sure. I'm looking at. I don't want to go into this right now. Anyway, I just remembered on the film set that I worked on that had animals. We had a PETA representative there. Was it PETA? No, it might have been. I think it was PETA, but it might have been
people for the eating of tasty animals. Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was PETA or something else. But she worked for an organization that basically says if your movie has animals, then your movie's going to be legit. Not just the four of us making a movie. Blair Witch Project 3 or whatever. But, if you're going to have animals, then they have to be there basically to make sure they're not mistreating the animals. And so I just always wondered how...
Don't go down the rabbit hole of PETA's timeline. Good God, the pictures they post are...
I bet.
Are pretty horrible.
I bet.
So...
In the arms of...
Hold on a second while I go get some bacon.
Watch the water shut down.
Hey, I'll still eat a cow. What was with the cows in this movie? Were they a punchline that I was unaware of? Like, it would just be
it was just random. I could never make the connection other than it's small rustic town with
lots of cows.
But they're in church, and then the cows come through the church, and then they go to real world Hollywood. And there's cows in the waiting or the lobby of the hotel or the movie theater. It was very strange.
Yeah, I think it's just we chalked it up to Mel Brooks.
Yeah, let's just add something funny for the sake of being funny, I guess.
Just random.
I mean, same thing. If we were watching let's say a Kevin Hart movie, and in the background there's whatever movie it is, there's just a random item of some sort and keep showing up at random times.
Right.
Or maybe, like a Tarantino movie in Feet.
Oh yeah. So what you're saying, Mel Brooks has a weird obsession with cows?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Nice. Oh.
That's no bull. I'm going to milk this for what it's worth.
No.
Hey, if we want to get to the end of this thing, we better hoof it.
Oh, man. You got any more? Come on. You
can do it.
That's the best I got.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'm done. Okay, I'm out.
I
haven't done a random set of puns in a long time.
Well, that was a you and Chad thing.
I don't know, Corny. You raised the stakes of this contest.
Nice.
Nice.
I appreciate that, Sam. Thank you. Now let's move on, Cal. Doesn't quite work as the other one. You haven't watched it yet, Sam, I'm sure.
No, I have not.
That's fine. Go watch it. Count Basie, that was great. So like he's riding the horse, and I'm like, that's some great jazz. I know this song. Who do I know this from? And so I start Googling, trying to find a way to Google, and then he walks by the band, and it says Count Basie. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen that bit before. So
Basie Straight Ahead?
That was great.
No, that's not what that was. What was that song?
April in Paris.
April in Paris. That's right.
I think I actually have played that.
Yeah, I have. We actually did it last year, and we played that and Basie Straight Ahead and something else.
Yeah,
I love those tunes.
Yeah, and yes, Corny, I played it on trombone. That might not.
I believe you.
Oh.
If you played on youth, I was going to beat you.
No, only Grandpa did that.
No, I played. I was in the Freedom Jazz Band as a euphonium player.
So you weren't in jazz band.
You weren't.
Yeah, you were in some band that played some jazz music.
I played trombone parts.
You're such a dork.
Played the baritone, played the tenor sax parts.
Yeah,
When you have no choice, you put those little kids back there. I'm like, all right, figure it out. We'll see you later.
Yeah, it's fine.
I could do one heck of a jazz riff on that euphonium.
I'm sure you could.
It was pretty cool.
No. Those words have never been uttered. Oh, actually,
that's what she said.
Or more appropriately, no.
No. So, sorry, I did have one, but I think you heard it already.
Sorry. I just got a random text from Billy, listener of the show and friend and
Billy,
husband of our intro lady, Catherine. And he just sends me this text. Now, remember, if something happens and you don't hear from me, you take the ship and come get me. What? And risk my ship? So he is either watching Serenity or he just wanted to quote that to me.
Or he actually is in trouble when we need to go get him in a ship.
Yeah. Is that his code word for help? Is that his?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Breaking news on
Catherine beating him again.
It's probably his daughter. I'm just teasing, Billy. Love you.
Billy.
Billy.
Oh, Billy. The little bastard shot me in the ass story was hysterical. So he's telling this super tragic story, right? Which is like, that's a trope, honestly. It's a
the lone man gunslinger.
Well, no, not even that. I was thinking like the Murtaugh trope, like not Murtaugh. What's it? Al, Sergeant Al Powell from Die Hard, right? Like, why isn't he a street cop? It's because he killed a kid. Like, we need our cop to have a tragic backstory. Oh, I don't know. Let's have him pull a gun on a kid who was just playing. Okay, cool. Like, every cop movie that needs a tragic backstory has that. And so he tells this tragic story, and then, of course, it has to flip too. And then he shot me in the ass.
I slipped into a bottle, and they haven't been out since.
Yeah.
I tell you, I can't. Going back to Richard Pryor being the Bart, I can't see anybody but the actor that's in it to play that part for some reason.
I actually tried to picture Richard Pryor in the spot, and you have a lot more comedy and a lot less of the sight gags, I think.
Yeah.
In the situation.
Well, I don't know. 70s, Pryor was still. I mean, he did that.
Oh no!
See no evil, hear no evil bit, and he did that other thing I can't think of, and he also did Superman 3. So
no, well, and here's my thing.
We don't talk about that.
The sheriff
is the
sheriff. Who shot the sheriff? The sheriff's character has to be the stable ground of which this movie is built around.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think Richard Pryor is just a little bit too unhinged.
Could you imagine the amount of F-bombs what this movie would have had?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they would have, obviously. All right, now, we're going to offend a whole lot of people with the N-word and get an R rating. Let's keep the F-bombs down. I know.
Yeah,
I think
that won't get us an R rating.
Yeah, well, I think the Pryor would have been great. If this movie would have been made 10 years later, it would have had to have been Eddie Murphy.
Now that would have been interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm actually excited. We should do, when we do the recasting bit, who we think it could be. Because I have a couple thoughts on that. I know it's funny, her voice and the bad singing, but shit, her voice is annoying. I couldn't take it. God. And I know
monotone.
and she's in Young Frankenstein too. And
I am ashamed.
I can't.
I have yet to see that.
Really?
Oh, come on.
Oh man,
I know.
You're fired.
I mean, seriously.
I know. Is it streaming anywhere? Because I really need to see it.
Bring back Chad. God rest his soul.
Yeah, yeah. We're kicking you out for Chad.
Speaking of returning to life.
I don't know. I don't know if it's streaming.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
We own it. My wife and I, we own that. So that's one of our
I already
Halloween
have
staples.
too many of your movies that I've borrowed.
Yeah. I need to get some back actually at some point.
I mean, borrow or stolen. I don't think that.
I gave them to him, so I guess he legally is borrowing them. But you need to watch them so I can get them back.
Oh, YouTube. I wonder if this is the full movie. Hold on. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Of course it is.
It's not
1974, right?
No. Is it the same year as this? It can't be the
It's all
same
black
year.
and white.
70. Is it 70? Yeah, 74. What's this one?
Hot blonde.
What did you say?
Yes. Black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 74. Weird. Same movie, same year. I just untied my shoe. No, I love Young Frankenstein. I think it's a fantastic movie. And Gene Wilder and I'm honestly gonna say, and we'll get to this later because our top 3 are Mel Brooks movies. I like Young Frankenstein better than this movie because for some reason those jokes are funnier to me. I don't know why. It's just I think the jokes are funnier personally, but that movie's also not. There's no social commentary. It's just them making fun of the Frankenstein concept, and did you get the brain I told you to get? I got somebody named Abby. Abby who? Abby Normal. We put an abnormal brain in a 7-foot monster. Just bits like that. And Sam, I know you've never seen it, but you've heard could be worse. How? Could be raining. It's from that movie.
Oh, okay.
Just like I had.
Putting on Ritz.
Yeah, Putting on the Ritz is from that movie too.
Okay, yeah, I know. I have heard that.
Right. And just like I had never known until this showing that, excuse me while I whip this out, is from this movie. Didn't know that.
Dude, I said that all the time in college.
I know you did. And I just assumed you were just making it up. Seriously, I thought that was just a corny thing, like.
Well,
people just say, people have their things that they say. And I'm like, okay. So when I heard it in this movie yesterday, I was like, oh, that's where he got this from. So, if you were a little older, like Sam's age, then maybe they stole it from you. But I guess not. Oh, that I think I have. Anyway.
You better. Isn't that the sound for our...
yeah, it's in there somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. There we go. So... I can't believe it. I mean, I have
Cornelius
and
Son of a...
and all the other good stuff. I can't believe I don't.
Do you still have
What?
Do you still have Back from Children of the Corn? Your favorite, Corny's favorite.
I actually don't know. Yeah, I do have it actually, but I don't. I'm not going to play it.
Hey, bro.
There you go. So,
Wow.
Oh,
Chad, so...
yeah, and then of course.
Excuse me.
So bad. Anyway, are we ready for clips for this? Are we done kind of chatting? I mean, do we want to talk more?
Yeah, I think so.
Little clippy clips?
let's do it.
I have a bunch, so like 9. Here we go. I already played part of this. Oh, sorry, that was loud. I already played part of this.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I thought that was just funny.
Slim Pickens.
Yeah, and then of course
I didn't know that guy's name was actually Slim Pickens. That's, I mean, obviously the stage name, but it's still awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And notice I stopped the clip before he said the FAG word.
Yep. You mean musical letters FANG?
Yes, which I have been a part of. I thought this was kind of funny. I like when Hedley Lamar talked.
My mind is aglow with whirling, transient nodes of thought, careening through a cosmic vapor of invention.
Ditto.
Ditto.
So anybody else see Chad in the next 20 years? Like that's him.
Oh my gosh, with a mustache? Yeah. Actually, I can. So
It's Chadley.
Chadley Lamar.
Oh, you mean Chad is Hedley Lamar? Oh yeah, totally. I was thinking of Slim Pickens' part, but yes, definitely Hedley. Oh, I could definitely see him like scheming up something. He's trying to scheme up how he's gonna get one over on his band kids or something. Yeah, yeah, totally. So I don't do this very often. I don't typically take the podcast.
Back in your pants.
Excuse me, sorry. I don't typically use the podcast platform to make any kind of social or political commentary, though we all kind of been since November something. We've all kind of had our little pokes here and there. So I'm going to get my joke in now. Okay, here's the joke. I was able to sneak in a recording device into the Oval Office last week, and this is what I got.
Sir, just sign this, right here.
Okay, give us a hand here.
All right, sir.
Work. Hello, boys. Have a good night's rest. I missed you.
Just one more bill for you to sign, sir.
What the hell is this?
This is the bill that will convert the State Hospital for the Insane into the William J. Lepedimane Memorial Gambling Casino for the Insane.
Gentlemen, this bill will be a giant step forward in the treatment of the insane gambler.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. If that bothered you, I'm sorry. If you thought it was funny, then we can be friends. I'm just teasing. But I did. There's a bit when they're laughing, and then they make this noise when Mel Brooks and him get. So I don't know why that makes me laugh, but I now have.
Once again, the cow.
It sounds like a cow.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I now have that forever. I don't know why I think it's funny. Like they start laughing, and then he just. There we go.
This is what I imagined you and Sean, yours and Sam's conversation when you get mad at each other.
Yeah, we're on the phone, and then we get to
I think this movie's terrible. I think this movie's great.
Okay, now we're back. You know, I had to capture this.
Hey, the sheriff is a Nick.
What are you saying? The sheriff is near.
No, gotta blame it, dang woman. The sheriff is a Nick.
So again, for the last 15 years, I thought that was literally the only N-word of the movie.
Hey, fun fact. I actually watched the Blazing Saddles documentary like a while back, and Mel Brooks actually never says the word.
Right.
He could not make himself do it.
Yeah.
And actually, when Slim Pickens ends up having to say it, he went to Cleveland Little, and they had talked about it.
Well, no, it wasn't Slim. It was
not Slim.
It was the Burton Gilliam, who was that kind of main henchman for Slim.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, I only corrected you because that's one of my trivia bits.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Is that where Burton Gilliam, who's the sing Camptown Races, or Camptown Ladies, and he says he had a really hard time using the N-word, especially to Cleavon Little, because he really liked him. And after several takes, Little took Gilliam off to the side and said that it was okay because they weren't his words, and jokingly added, quote, "If I thought you would say those words to me in any other situation, then we would go to Fist City. But this is all fun. Don't worry about it," end quote. I like the idea that they're going to go to Fist City. That sounds sounds like a very fun and violent place to go to.
The suburb of a kick-ass town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just right outside of Detroit. Sorry. It's been a while since we poked fun of Detroit.
No, it hasn't. It's been like an episode.
It's been an episode. Oh, it just seems like a long time. It's been a long calendar time.
Okay,
well, speaking of which,
excuse me while I whip this out.
And the scream.
Also, not a phrase you say at work, by the way.
Sure, yeah, no, yeah, I can get that. And
next time I'm getting my baton out of my case to conduct.
Excuse me while I. Oh yeah, you just have this as your ringtone.
Facebook Live that.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You know.
Oh, hey, can that be our top 3 from here on out?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't see why not. I can slide that down there.
Oh yeah, you can.
I mean, in fairness, we haven't seen The Incredibles, so I mean, my little clip for them is. I pulled the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I had to play that one more time. It does sound like cows. It's funny. Here we go. Whenever Sam is plotting his revenge against me for the wrong that I have not done, he says this to himself.
I want you to round up every vicious criminal and gunslinger in the West. Take this down. I want rustlers, cutthroats, murderers, bounty hunters, desperados, mugs, pugs, thugs, nitwits, halfwits, dimwits, vipers, snipers, con men, Indian agents, Mexican bandits, muggers, buggerers, bushwhackers, hornswagglers, horse thieves, bull dykes, train robbers, bank robbers, ass kickers, shit kickers, and Methodists.
Could you repeat that, sir?
I love that noise he makes at the end. What's a bull dyke?
Don't look it up.
Oh, okay.
Does he say Methodists at the end?
He sure does.
Does he really?
I want you to round kickers and Methodists.
He does say Methodist. I've never heard that before. Oh, that's fantastic. Because I'm a Methodist.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that Max Brooks, the guy who wrote World War Z,
It's his son.
it's Mel Brooks' son.
Yeah. I like World War Z, the book.
Oh yeah,
But we established that very early in our podcast on World War Z. And I don't know if I can use a joke here, so I'm just going to play the clip, and I'm just going to let whatever happen.
Hey, boys! Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
It will never not be funny.
I love that clip.
Never not be funny.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. Okay, here we go. That's all I have for Clippy Clips.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
Time for some trivia. Oh, I forgot to make the joke that the farting scene was really funny. And I wrote the clip, my note was, didn't know we started watching Swiss Army Man. So, trivia. One day in the Warner Brothers studio commissary, it's where you eat food, Mel Brooks and the other writers were seated at a table opposite John Wayne. I don't know why they had to put in quotes the Duke. But anyway, the Duke
nickname. Yeah,
well, I know it's his nickname, but like
Sean, quote, the bastard.
Right.
Quote,
it's just weird that they would do that. Anyway, the Duke turned and said that he had heard about their Western and was, I can't do a Duke, John Wayne.
He had heard, well, shit, I can't do it either.
And where people said stuff like blow it out your ass, Mel handed the Duke a copy of the script and said, yes, we would like you to be in it. According to Brooks, Duke turned down the offer the next day saying, no, I can't do a movie like that, but I'll be first in line to see it. When the film was first screened for Warner Brothers executives, almost none of them laughed, and the movie looked to be a disaster that the studio would not release. However, Mel Brooks quickly set up a subsequent screening for the studio's employees, and when these regular folks laughed, I love regular folks there in the line, these basically poor people laughed uproariously. Wow, weird. Throughout the movie, Warner Brothers finally agreed to take a chance on releasing it. I already said the thing about Burton Gilliam.
Nice.
There's my psych reference. Mel Brooks never told Frankie Lane that the theme song for Blazing Saddles was for a comedy. Lane thought it was a dramatic Western, and Brooks was worried that Lane wouldn't sing it with conviction if he knew the truth.
Nice.
well, how in the heck do you agree to sing a song from Mel Brooks and think it's going to be something serious.
We don't
know
have
what
history of Mel Brooks films yet.
Yeah, Mel Brooks has done The 12 Chairs and The Producers. I mean, so he might not have known. Maybe he's seen those movies and thought, well, maybe he's doing a serious comedy or a serious Western. And then Andrew Bergman, I'm not sure who he was on film.
Hey, I'm a Bergman on my mother's side.
Neat.
Cool.
You're a Birdman? Interesting. He quote, "You couldn't make this movie today. You can't say the N-word in a movie today, not even in a comedic way." To which I only put that in here to say, have you seen Tarantino recently?
Have you met Samuel L. Jackson?
Right. So that word has been said in films recently. I mean, we've seen. I mean, they dropped it. Didn't they drop it? Well, yeah, we haven't seen that, but yes, they did do it a lot in Django Unchained. But didn't they say it in Shaft at least once? I can't remember.
Here's the question: have you seen it in comedy?
I've seen it in stand-up, like Eddie.
Depends on which comedy, which actors in a comedy.
I mean, I'm going to be really honest. There's not a whole lot of black comedies that I've seen. I mean, I've seen Barbershop 1. I've seen Friday.
Pitch Perfect.
You just went up. No, because you've seen Friday, you've actually gone to my black cool list a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, good.
Oh, man. That was another movie in college you had to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen Friday After Next. I just saw the first one.
You don't need to.
That's probably why I didn't watch it. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's like buddy cops movies, like Bad Boys 1 and 2, and things like that. So, I mean, I'm just probably not looking at those movies, So I don't know. I mean, there might be a Kevin Hart movie out there that he says it a lot. I just don't know.
No, actually, Kevin Hart's pretty good about not doing that. I'm thinking more along the lines of, no, I mean. I think about that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think we're to a point now. I mean, we're making movies now like that, where not Key but Peele produced and I think directed that Get Out movie, and like we're getting to a point now. Like you guys just saw the trailer, or at least some of us did, for the trailer for Detroit. I had no idea that was a thing that happened in the 70s.
Oh, that's a true story?
That's what it says in the trailer. It's a true story.
See, I haven't seen the trailer yet. But
go watch it. It'll terrify you.
Oh, that cop movie where they have to go 12 blocks or something like that. Or they're
16 blocks, yeah. Where Bruce Willis has to protect Mos Def. No, this is like based on a true story.
He didn't hear it.
Yeah. He only has one ear, and he had a bad experience with a dog. I wonder if I have that. So anyway, I think the movie could be made today, and now I'm ready. So. I'm ready to explore that idea. What would we, if we were to remake this? Let's say, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Mel Brooks movie. It can be a Key and Peele movie for all I care. Which I think would actually.
Well, here's the question: would it have to be an African American director?
It wouldn't have. I don't think it'd have to be.
Like Quentin Tarantino has apparently he has the pass. He could do it.
What about
this dude? Got dogs. I don't do dogs. I had a real bad experience.
All right, sorry. That's Mos Def.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I totally interrupted.
Call back to when we did the Italian Job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Again, I have that at my fingertips, but not freaking Zombievers. I don't understand. I'm really upset about that. I really am. I mean, as much as I hated that movie, that one clip was fantastic. Anyway, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
So, like, if Woody Allen directed this,
well, his comedies are way different than this. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think of other directors that. I mean, honestly, I could see this movie being remade with like Kevin Hart directing.
Okay.
Or something like that. Like, and So here's one of my ideas for the lead, right? Because in this case, the lead he was a stage actor, right? That I forgot his name already.
Cleavon Little.
Yeah, he was a stage actor, and so like Gene Wilder kept like giving him notes and stuff throughout the movie because he's used to again stage acting where you have to overact and do like over animate. And
so people can actually see
and hear you. Like Patrick Stewart was the same way when he first started doing Star Trek. Is the first few seasons of Next Gen, he's like super overacting because he was a British stage actor. You know, it took him a while to kind of get under the concept that I don't have to yell everything. But
life wouldn't be the same if he didn't.
Damn it, Wesley. So my point is that I don't think we have to go super big name with the lead. In this case,
I'm glad you said that because I was thinking of Michael Che, who is is now an anchor for Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update.
Right.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of Donald Glover.
Yeah,
Donald Glover might be another good one.
Yeah,
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, especially coming off of he'll be coming off of the Lando Calrissian.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that role.
Yeah, he's going to be Lando.
Oh yeah.
Here's a name that really only Corny will get, but he's currently in a TV show that the WGN is producing called The Underground, and that would be Aldous Hodge.
Oh,
because he can do comedy. He I think would do good.
Oh, actually, God, that'd be good.
I think he would actually do really well in it, and he kind of looks like Cleon.
Age of the Cowboy, baby.
Yeah, Age of the.
There's your there's your
leverage reference. So here's the question that I guess I also want to ask: do we make it a Western set back then, or do we make it more on the nose and make it 2017, but little town Texas? Where they need a new sheriff, and because of all the drugs or the whatever in town, you can still make it a comedy. We can still make it comedy, but do we put it? Can you make it 2017?
Would you still call it Blazing Saddles?
I guess I don't know.
There are not many people.
Or Hot Mini Bikes.
Yeah. Fiery ATVs. I don't know. I mean, I guess, Blazing Saddles, the remake, I guess it would have to be 1870 something. Anyway, that was my first thought, and then my other one went to the Star Wars kid, Boyega.
I think the further away you make it from real life, the more people are going to view it as farcical
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. If we make it today, then it's only a political, not a political, but a social commentary, and then I don't think it's funny. Because I think too many people would be offended because it's too close to home, which probably is what's needed.
Yeah.
Because if it offends you, then you're probably one of them. Anyway, who's the Gene Wilder character? Who's our drunken Obi-Wan Kenobi character?
Me.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Okay.
Chris Pratt.
He's in too much, but he is funny. He's not old enough though.
I want Chris Pratt and everything. Come on.
I do want Chris Pratt and everything.
He's funny. He can do the action thing.
Yeah, he can.
We don't use him.
Although I saw that movie with Denzel Washington with Chris Pratt as a cowboy.
Yeah.
I didn't like
it. Blake are the Magnificent Seven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy him in that one. I've been disappointed in Pratt.
Josh Brolin does comedy, and he's been a cowboy before.
I could see
that. That is true.
I could see that. Yeah, I'd go by that. All right, so the last one that I really care about is the Hedley Lamar character. Who's our sinister townsman person, whatever.
I still think Chad should do that.
Yeah, Chad. You don't get that kind of smarm from anybody else. That's a Chad special.
That's great. I love it.
God bless his soul.
Yeah, everybody rest in peace.
Ricky
the
Gervais.
devil.
Oh, sorry. I meant to play.
It was a different time.
There we go. That's what I meant to play. Okay, cool.
Well, didn't Sacha Baron Cohen, didn't he come close to being... I mean, he touched on some of these issues in some of his stuff.
I don't know.
Especially Borat, I would think.
I have...
He's such a method guy. Like, I don't know. I don't think that works in his... Or maybe I'm wrong.
I've seen 2 movies with that man in them. Talladega Nights and Sweeney Todd, and that's it.
Oh, you need to watch
Borat.
And you need to watch...
I refuse to watch Borat.
Bruno.
Also, will not watch that.
Borat is a must-watch, too.
No.
Yeah.
You have no opinion. You have not seen Young Frankenstein. So, there you go.
You haven't seen Schindler's List.
I have seen Schindler's List.
Oh, you haven't seen the Godfather series?
No, I have not.
Then there you go.
Yeah,
do you not like Italian people or something?
Okay. I'm not sure how we got there, but that's typical Sam.
Oh, you know how we got there.
Anyway.
Oh, you know who else would be a good Gene Wilder character? Throwing back to our recasting, Johnny Depp.
No.
I think he would.
I'm tired of Johnny Depp.
I think he would. I think he'd be good at it.
How about, I don't know why I'm only saying this because Netflix
I'm with you, Andrew.
On IMDb is showing me his face. What about Adam Sandler?
No,
we've seen that.
Oh, with the woobity, I got the fastest hand in the West. Yeah.
God, imagine what would happen if Sandler tried to put some of this type of comedy in that movie, The Ridiculous Six.
He would have been.
Oh,
yeah.
Because there's a little, it touches on it here and there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of that going on, but like, it's because you get a white guy like Rob Schneider playing a Mexican with the burro. Oh, that's still the best part of the movie. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I kind of want to see this new Sandy Wexler though that he's in. Just saying, I kind of do. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. What was I going to do? Oh, I was looking for the burro bit. Never mind. Soundtrack grade, whatever. It was fine. It was a Blazing Saddles bit. It's fine. It's good. Yeah. It's fun. I like narration. I like song narration.
Good thing the composer was convinced it was a different type of movie.
Right. Well, at least the singer dude. I don't know about
the singer, yeah.
Singer man, which was written and composed by Mel Brooks. So he's like super talented, that one. Okay, here we go. Wait.
Oh, wait a second. There is Blazing Samurai is filming right now.
Yeah, I just saw that. I don't know what that is. He's
looks like there's a fat ass cat on the cover or the
really
poster.
Come on, IMDb, don't crash. What are you doing?
Oh, doggone it! Yeah, looks like it's a darn animated thing.
Yeah, he's a voice or something. I can't remember. Top 3. Am I supposed to play? I can't remember. So I thought we already had a new top 3, wasn't it?
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
Was that? I can't remember now. Because I have 3 now in this kind of area.
Well, that one's pretty appropriate for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have one, but just for you. We decided to do top 3 Mel Brooks films. So, figuring that's pretty appropriate. So, Andrew.
Okay. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Mel Brooks. I've been watching his stuff since my dad let me watch Spaceballs without mom's permission. Back when I was in elementary school, probably. So that is going to be number 2 on my list. But backing up, number 3 is The Producers, the original Mel Brooks producers, not the one that he produced, called Producers,
right,
with Nathan Lane, which I actually like that one better, but he didn't direct that one. I think both of them are hilarious. And if you watch both of them, Matthew Broderick nails the Gene Wilder character, like nails it spot on.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so that's number 3. Number 2, Spaceballs, and my all-time favorite, Mel Brooks, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay. Corny.
Yes. My number 3, I'm going to go with Spaceballs.
All right.
All right. And my number 2, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Because, unlike other Robin Hoods,
I can speak with a British accent.
And my number 1, Young Frankenstein.
Oh, wow.
Frankenstein.
Farblücken. Thank you. So,
yeah, sorry. Great. Sam.
Yeah, I've got to put my honorable mention to be, I'm going to have to say the new producers with what's his name we just talked about? I just totally forgot it.
Matthew Broderick,
Joe Pesci. And only because
Nice.
he just wrote it, he didn't direct it.
Right.
My number 3 is going to be Hotel Transylvania 2 that he's in as Vlad.
Yeah.
And that's one of those cartoons I love that my daughters love that movie.
Those are funny movies. Those are actually pretty good
movies.
Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And then I've got, and then I'm kind of go along with everybody else with Robin Hood Men in Tights at number 2, and of course number 1, Spaceballs, all the way. In fact, I've got a guy who might be listening to this podcast for the first time on this podcast. I'm sorry, Joe, but he mentioned that if we would bring up a line from Spaceballs, he would be able to finish it.
Oh,
really?
Challenge accepted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've been jammed.
Where are you from? I don't know.
He's
somewhere in the
not here
4
right now
galaxy.
to defend his
Oh, no,
claim.
I'm leaving a line so we know so we can enter it later.
Yeah, we've been jammed.
But yeah,
what's
I
with
love
all this
Spaceballs.
churning, bubbling? I'll let you finish it, Joe. Cool. So I've only seen 4 Mel Brooks movies that he's directed.
Oh, nice.
So it would be this movie, and then the 3 that I'm getting ready because and this would be this would probably still be the 4th of the 4 that I've seen. Again, of the ones he directed. I only took this as movies that he directed, not
He
just
directed
movies
himself,
that,
yeah.
he appeared in or whatever. Because I love Peabody Sherman, and he's in it for 13 seconds as Einstein.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Sam's being weird.
What?
Are you fanning
You hear
yourself? Yeah.
Yes.
It's hot in here.
Well, every time you move that little magazine, you're blowing wind onto your microphone. So mute yourself next time you start getting the vapors.
He's getting all hot and bothered.
He's going into menopause right now. He's having the flashes.
No, menopause.
Oh, he's having menopause. Of course he is. Anyway, my number 3 would be Robin Hood Men in Tights. My number 2 is Young Frankenstein, and my number 1 would be Spaceballs because space and things. And they make fun of Star Wars and Star Trek, and they even got John Hurt to come in and do the alien bit. I mean, the fourth wall breaking that they do in that movie, I mean, they capture the stunt doubles. I mean, that's hysterical. And the guy who's doing that, you idiot, you captured their stunt doubles. That's freaking Toblonsky, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ned Ryerson? That guy, right? I'm pretty sure that's him. Anyway, that movie's funny and it makes me laugh, and Bill Pullman's in it, and John Candy, and barf. Not in here, mister. This is Mercedes. Oh, that's my name. Barf. Anyway, sorry. I can do it too. So, but that too.
I'm a mog.
Yeah, I'm a mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best
I'm my
friend.
own best friend.
But that's also a movie that for the first 15 times I watched was on VHS, recorded off of TNT or TBS. And it wasn't until like 3 years ago that my wife bought me the DVD for Christmas or whatever, and we watched it, and I was like, oh, there's some different jokes in here that I'd never heard of. So it's just funny. So there you go. That's it. No emails this week, which is fine. I will say this. So last week we did Sky High. And the person who requested it, Jillian,
I hate you,
is a good friend of mine. And so when I text her and said, hey, the episode is up, go listen to it, she's texting me like real time as she's listening to the show, and she's commenting on the things that she agrees with or disagrees with. And apparently I have lost friendship points because I got that movie mixed up with Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And then she really appreciated our tangent on Emperor's New Groove. So, and I said, this getting live feedback about the episode is really interesting.
Oh my God. You see how many downloads we had for that sucker?
No.
106.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Corny is 105 of them.
I mean, I have an entire library at my disposal, so.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Everybody gets
Sorry, I figured I would. Summer Teeth. I forgot about
You like how that's the name of the episode?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So anyway, out of 10, what's our out of 10 for this movie?
Oh, gosh.
Andrew, sorry. I guess I have to ask somebody to go first.
I am going to give this a 7.1 all prairie shit, everybody.
Okay. Corny.
I'm going to give it an 8.2 out of
So Sam, you wouldn't have known this. Corny, you watched the making of, and you probably read some more of the trivia. There was a scene that was cut that was deemed too offensive when, she cuts off the lights and she's going to seduce him, and she says, "Is it true what they say about your kind?" And then she starts going, "Oh, it's true, it's true." He then is supposed to say, "You're sucking on my arm."
Oh, damn.
And they deemed that too offensive, so that got left on the cutting room floor.
I can see that.
That's something that I could see if this movie was remade, that would be in there.
Yes, that would.
Oh yeah. Sam.
Yeah, I this classic all the way. 8.1 German Indians out of 10.
I'm trying to think of the group that was represented in his little rant. No, the actual line of people that they showed that made me laugh the most. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
I swore I thought there used to be Methodists in that line.
I don't know how you would portray them. It was right before the KKK group. There was somebody else in there.
It was a mariachi group.
Yeah,
mariachis. There was some like a Muslim Arab group. There was.
I thought it was funny that one of the Muslim guys had with like a blonde mustache and blonde hair.
It's gonna bother me. I can't remember who it was.
Bikers with the little.
Yeah, I like the handlebars on the horses. That was hysterical. Yeah. I laughed out loud at that bit too. Now I gotta find out. It's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, my score would be. There's the bit with the white woman. Sorry. So I'm nearby.
So you're looking it up right now.
Yeah, I'm actually watching it.
Live on air, folks.
Yeah, here we go.
Awkward moment of silence brought to you by
Netflix in this case. No, I'm going to give this. So you got the mariachi, not the mariachi, but you got the Mexican desperados, and then you got some hillbilly dudes, and there's your camel with the Arabians. They're all pointing, and then the KKK guys. Okay, well maybe that's. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it was just the hillbilly that made me laugh. So I'm going to give this an A. What am I going to give this? I don't know. I liked it. It had some moments, but that were a little whatever. But you know what? I liked it a lot. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. Church appropriately timed church bells out of 10. So there you go.
Sean is near.
Yeah. You did. That's it. That's our movie. That was fun. That was really good. I was a little, not worried, but interested to see how we were going to do a comedy, and I thought we did just fine. That's it. That's going to do it. So next week we're going to do something a little different, right?
In an attempt to show everybody's favorite movie.
Yeah, so that was kind of the idea. Once upon a time, I said we should all do our favorite movies. We actually recorded mine, and then we lost it completely. So one day we'll record Serenity, but I think it got pulled from Netflix, or at least Firefly did.
Yeah, for now. I saw that too.
I know Firefly did. I don't know if Serenity did, but
I'm looking.
Thank you.
I'm looking on Amazon.
Cool. So anyway, so Corny's favorite movie of all time, he has claimed, and I believe him, is that Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I think, Corny, I can take partial credit for that because you watched it for the first time with me at my house, and you literally, we rented it. And then you literally walked out of the house and said, "Excuse me," while I whip out my credit card and go buy this movie. And you did.
I did.
You not only bought the DVD, I think you also bought. Didn't you buy like when Walmart re-released it, like in the case had like a metal case? Didn't you buy that too, like with a Blu-ray?
I did.
I can't remember. So
I have no idea where it is, but I sure as hell bought it.
Yeah, I know you have like 2 or 3 copies of this. It's fine. I have two versions of Serenity also. So anyway, just like I'm sure Sam has a Jurassic Park on multiple formats.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, didn't he tell us he actually did?
Yeah, and you had it on VHS, and I know you obviously.
Yeah, I've got it so far on every format except Laserdisc.
Yeah, and my dad had it on Laserdisc.
Didn't you have it on some other crazy ass? What was it?
It wasn't on Beta. What was it? You had VHS,
reel to reel,
DVD, HD DVD, Blu-ray DVD.
That's right. It was the HD.
I had Criterion VHS.
Yes, that's what it was because we talked about that, and then Sean explained because I didn't know what the hell that was.
Criterion,
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do Scott Pilgrim versus the World. The problem is it's not streaming anywhere, and so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. So we have our own. We all have access to watch it. So if you don't, I'm not sure what to tell you. So you can either just find it online. You're killing me, Sam.
Go to Corny's house. He'll accommodate you.
Yeah, just go to Corny's house. And he'll just hang out.
Deal with me sitting in my boxers every evening, but hey,
that's fine.
Excuse me while I whip this up.
So we're gonna play. We're gonna watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World next week, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I can't wait because I haven't seen it since I watched it with you, Corny. So I'm looking forward to watching it. Hey, look, some coins. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But we've got some other good stuff coming up. After that, we've got Kung Fury coming up. That was requested by JP. The Giver, which I think is like a very serious kind of real hard-hitting movie. And then after that, we're going to go to another very hard-hitting movie in Mortal Kombat. So there you go. That was the best segue I could come up with. But we've got a whole bunch of movies lined up from now until almost episode 200. So if you want us to do a movie, please email to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com, and we will be glad to do it.
There's.
Yep. So,
I actually thought Sam just yelled patient. I was like, all right, cool.
Sam's tired. He just says weird things at this point. No. So let's, leave us a review, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, whatever. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. Oh, I just started doing this thing called Anchor. It's an app on your phone, and it's kind of like podcasting light. It's kind of neat.
Is that the one with the porn music?
It's funky jazz. Leave me alone.
I'm pretty sure it's porn.
Well, it was what the app gave me. So if you're watching porn with that kind of music, then
you have no choice over the music.
No, I have lots of different choices. That was just the most fun. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Cheapseat Reviews, and follow us on Twitter @CheapseatCast. And check out our Anchor channel. I'll be doing random little things about upcoming movies, and I'll even call one of you 3 guys. I haven't told Corny or Andrew about this yet, but I might give you a call one day and say, hey, actually, it would be really good for me to call Corny and say, hey, Corny, what'd you think about the new Marvel movie trailer thing, the new Spider-Man trailer that came out, and we'd talk about it and record it. So, yeah, anyway, Anchor. That's kind of cool. Check us out there. Yeah, and of course your email is at cheapseat.
Yeah, screw Detroit.
At gmail.com. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for listening. And on behalf of Detroit and Andrew and Sam and Corny and Chad, may you rest in peace, this is Sean saying thank you so much for listening. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.